baby.
Oh, baby.
Just like that, the weekend is over. It is Monday. It is baseball season.
Oh, it is.
Peak trade NFL rumor slop season, Matty Ice. It is peak football release season, by the way.
It is.
The way we have been flipping and flying everything. It seemed like a very, very big weekend over here at Suncoast Sports. Whether it be some of these triple autos we were hitting. I saw Jason posting, oh, baby, a triple. Ben, do we have the sound on that? Dang it. Whether it be our guy, Jack Caglione, hitting a freaking tank shot.
It was a bomb.
Over this weekend.
Bomb.
We will. The videos are a little bit rough, but we got to shout out Cags. We'll play a little bit of that video. Spring training's been awesome so far. Alan, let's go, baby. Happy Monday. Do I feel good today? We got a lot to get into. Some crazy news. A ton of news in the card world to talk about here, Matty Ice. We're going to be doing 30 teams in 30 shows. Of course, today is the, oh my gosh, that's right, Alan. Elly De La Cruz, do you see that also? First spring training game. Elly De La Cruz hits a home run from both sides of the plate.
No.
Juan Soto hits a man home run in his first at-bat as the New York Mets. Makes me absolutely sick. Spencer Jones, by the way, your boy Spencer Jones, freaking bomb Oppo Taco Spencer Jones.
I did see that one.
Look, baseball's back, and I could not be more excited. We're going to be talking about all of that today. We do have slab or no slab. In case you're unfamiliar, if you've been living under a rock, it's something we do every single week. Where do you get free cards like this?
I have no idea.
No, I don't know either. Maybe Topps Rip Night. You know,
it's gotta be
cool.
that. It's gotta be that.
But right here, slab or no slab at 10 a.m. Eastern time. I'm gonna give you guys today's like a decent level of difficulty on the trivia question. It's gonna be about NFL. All right, little NFL trivia question about current players. If we get the trivia question right, we run a thing called slab or no slab. It's a 50-card wheel with 3 of those being PSA graded card slabs. A Paul Skenes rookie card was added to the wheel today, along with, I want to say, a low-numbered Corey Seager card also added to the wheel. But, of course, 3 PSA graded slabs on that wheel. We run that at 10 a.m. Eastern and 10:45 a.m. Eastern time today. But, Matty Ice, we are going to be Langley. Damn difficulty spike in the trivia. Love it, can't lie. Langley, I let you guys off pretty easy last week. I do think 2 times there was no trivia last week. Friday, we were just riding the vibes from the Kreger rip. And there was another day where I just straight up forgot. So, I had to give us a little difficult one. But, Matt, I am really in a baseball mood. But I want to ease into the day because I want to start with a little bit of football rumors and then some huge card news that we should get into a little bit. Victor Wembanyama, man. Record-breaking sales over this weekend.
That was crazy, dude. Especially after the news that he's out for the rest of the season, which is nuts.
I know. But you know what? He's a hell of a ball player.
Really
We'll get into that in 1 second. I do want to talk about a topic that I think a lot of people were asking me about during the regular season when we were doing these NFL shows. People were so quick to ask, oh, what do you think about Shador? What do you think about Travis Hunter? What do you think about Cam Ward? And I'm like, guys, I think it's good questions, but we have a whole offseason to read rumors, to break it down. And admittedly, it's been a little boring. I thought we were going to have some more rumors all offseason.
Yeah.
But I feel like this weekend we got some of the juiciest rumors and juiciest theories so far.
We're starting to get towards that time. We're starting to get towards that time. I mean, once the free agency starts happening, everything's just starts snapping and spiking for sure.
So the big rumor I saw, this happened really this weekend, was a potential New York Jets trade up to the #1 overall pick to take that boy from Miami. Oh, the gunslinger. The guy that everyone's anointing the #1 quarterback in the draft. Cameron Ward. Now, the projected trade here for Cam Ward, I believe I saw this on Twitter, would be the Jets get the 1st overall pick this season. They trade their 7th overall pick this year, their 2nd round pick next year, and then a 2026 first round pick to the Tennessee Titans for the #1 overall pick. What are your thoughts on that? If you're the New York Jets, if you're a Jets fan, are you doing that, or do you think that's an overpay?
I don't. Here's the thing. When I think of trading up for someone, it means I truly think that this guy could be the guy. I don't think that any of the quarterbacks in this draft class are going to be an absolute all-star, a superstar in the making. Personally, I think Cam Ward's going to be a good quarterback, but I don't see him in that superstar role. And for me, to trade up and give the assets of this year's first round,
it's a lot.
That's a lot. A 2nd round pick and 2026 first round pick. That's a lot of draft capital right there. And so for me, It's funny because I was actually having a talk. We had this exact same talk with J-Lo and I on the football channel. We were saying, I said that the Titans would trade this.
Bri?
I was going to say, I do believe that the Titans are going to trade that pick away. If they say, I really do. I think they'll trade that away because there is going to be a team that is quarterback needy, whether it be the Jets, whether it be the Giants, whether it be, here's one, the Raiders. Raiders could potentially make a move on up for a quarterback. For the Jets, I wouldn't be. Again, it just depends on this is a very like fluctuating answer because it all depends on what one person thinks about it, and that is the GM. What does that GM think about Cam Ward? If he thinks that he could be that guy, then absolutely. Then I think it could be worth it.
So I'll say it again if you're just joining us. The rumor is Jets trading their 7th overall pick this year, the 2nd round pick in 2026.
Yeah.
And then a 1st round pick. No, excuse me. 1st round and 2nd round this year. And then the 1st round pick next year. What's up, E-Merch? Howdy.
Hey, E-Merch, how we doing?
So here's where I do think it comes down to.
Yep.
There is 2 teams in the first 6 picks this year that are probably going to look for a quarterback. I think those teams are rumored to be the Browns at the 2nd overall pick, and the Raiders at the senior. I said senior because I was reading Rise at the 6th round pick. The Jets are at 7th. So I think the rumors are that the Jets are going to trade up if they want to get a quarterback this year. Which you got a new coach coming. You have no quarterback really right now. Why not just trade up for the 1st overall pick? If you're going to go up, why not go up for the 1st overall pick and leave no doubt and go get your guy? I hear what you're saying. Where like, I don't know.
Do you see? Ward, okay, let me ask you. Do you see Shador or Cam Ward being the same level of, let's say, C.J. Stroud?
That's a tough question because here's the deal. When C.J. Stroud came out of college, I didn't think he was going to be this good either. So I guess I am more open-minded than the next guy. You know, I've heard a lot of people be bashing the quarterbacks all year. I don't think this is much different than any other year with these quarterbacks, man.
I don't think it's as strong, man. I just don't think it's that strong. So, like, if you're going to compare, I think we should compare, or at least look back to last year's, right? Yeah. You had Caleb Williams at number 1. Okay. You had Jaden Daniels, and then you had Drake May and Bo Nix, okay? Those were
Michael Penix.
And Michael Penix as well.
Damn, man.
So, it's a very strong quarterback class.
Last year's was better.
Last year's was better,
no doubt.
Way better. And so, for this year, I think that if you're going to use your draft capital and go up and move up, I think you have to be absolutely positive that you are going to get the guy and that he is going to help your franchise win football games, which personally, I don't think that Cam Ward or Shador Sanders are going to be that guy, those guys. As much as I hate to say it, I think Cam Ward's skill talent is good. I just don't see him as the same level as those guys, as Drake May, as Caleb Williams, as Jaden Daniels.
Okay, listen, that's a high bar you're setting. Ben, do you mind flashing, actually? It's the Jets trading up for Cam Ward, yay or nay. It's just a picture. It's just like a visual, so we can keep it on the screen so people can see what the exact deal is that people are talking about. Here's my one rebuttal to this. Okay. What else are you going to do if you're the New York Jets, right? Like, what is your other option? You got Aaron Glenn coming in. You're going to try to turn around this franchise's trajectory. And I do think it's foolish to think it could be built overnight. But what the hell else are you going to do, respectfully? I think Aaron Rodgers is not coming back. Do you want to sign up for Jordan Travis? Do you want to sell your fan base on, we got a new coach. Let's see what he can do with Gardner Minshew. Let's see what he can do with Sam Darnold. Like, I agree. Is it a bit of an overpay? Yes, maybe it would be. But I do think it would be a move to get the fans excited. And then also, you have a new sheriff in town in Aaron Glenn. I do not hate the move, and I think this could do wonders for both guys. Either Cam Ward, if he's drafted by the Jets and it works, and Aaron Glenn as a new head coach. Because, listen, the Jets are going to jet, but can we live in a world right now, especially if we're talking about this on Fanatics Live, right, where we talk about cards? How exciting would it be if Cam Ward comes in and actually shows a flash? Who's the last Jets quarterback we saw who actually got fans excited about? Is it Mark Sanchez? Someone correct me if I'm wrong here. What's up, Morgan?
As a rookie? Or just like an
just in general, man.
I mean, Sam Darnold.
No, Sam Darnold was not good ever.
That's what I'm saying. Is like he wasn't good, but he got the fans excited. I mean, there's two totally different things. Like getting the fans excited is just drafting a high quarterback, which they did which is what they did with Sam Darnold, which is what they did with Zach Wilson.
And Morgan Rush, and you're probably right, Morgan. LMAO, the Jets are going to jet. You said it right there. I hear what you're saying, Morgan, but I'm just saying, this could be a hopeful move for a franchise that has had no hope except for Aaron Rodgers, and we saw what happened there. You have weapons, Matt. Think about it. You actually do have weapons. Breece Hall had a down year, but I do think Breece Hall is good. Garrett Wilson, you need to give him something to have hope in, right?
To move up that much, you need to be pretty positive that is pretty much your last piece that you need to win football games, which, in my personal opinion, the Jets are much farther away than that. So for my personal stance, they should absolutely go best player available, go take the best player, and they need more than just a quarterback.
Let me look that up then. Let me look up. What the hell?
Defensive tackle, offensive tackle. I mean, they need safeties and quarterbacks. I mean, Sauce Gardner had a very down year as well.
I get what you're saying, right? And you might be right in a lot of ways, but we work with Jets fans, Matt. We work with a lot of Jets fans.
A lot of them.
And I love these guys. I really do. I want them to have something to be excited about. I'm looking at a mock draft right now. I clicked on the first one from NFL Network. It is the Jets taking a tight end, Tyler Ward, on the 7th overall pick.
That's
what
not
are we
good.
doing here,
no,
man?
that's not good at all. You need
Ryan says, bless their souls. So Morgan, it would be an underdog movie, but they need a lot more. Okay. Two things I want to talk about. Rex, first of all, is that deal terrible? It's not a great deal, let's be honest. But it's also fair to say, if you were trading for the first overall pick, this is what it's going to take, right? Like, is it a bit of an overpay? Sure, but this is what this is what history has told us. Yeah. Like, this is what you need to shell out if you really want that first overall pick.
Yeah.
Rex, I would ask you this. What is your alternative move for the New York Jets? And I think when I say that, when I ask myself that question, I say the Jets are pretty screwed. To put it bluntly,
the Jets need to do a lot in free agency. They need to nail this draft to be a competitor.
So when I say that to myself, my counter is, why not say bleep, man? Why not say screw it and just go for this first overall pick? Because you watch that tape on Cam Ward, that guy is fun to watch. And I'm not saying he's Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Heck, I'm not saying he's a Caleb Williams, but I'm saying he's better than going door number 3 if you're the New York Jets. You know what I mean? And I am scared for the Jets fans' sake. What is, no, I am not falling for whatever that is. Elliot Photo. I'm not reading that name, Elliot. Rex says there isn't a QB in this class good enough to sacrifice all of that.
I completely agree. And for me, Josh, let's go over this. So let's say the Jets do make that trade, right? Let's look at the positive scenario that this plays out. So the Jets move up to 1. They draft Cam Ward, right? So now Cam Ward is on the Jets. Yeah. Let's say they make a couple signings and they win. What do you think? What would you say is their max amount of wins next year?
With Cam Ward?
Theoretically speaking, with Cam Ward, like
7.
7 wins.
Is that fair?
So are you willing to trade?
Rice is 4.
So are you like theoretically thinking that you would trade up and mortgage a little bit of your future picks for 4 wins?
That's way short. That's so short-sighted. That's so short-sighted.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think there's going to be much better quarterbacks to come out of college in the next few years. For example, Arch Manning. I think that's a good one, especially if you're the Jets.
But you don't know you're going to get Arch Manning. You don't know Arch Manning could. Think about this.
We're projecting with 4 wins with Cam Ward.
First of all, you said 4 wins. Morgan said 4 wins. Rice said 4 wins.
I think that it's not. I think it's right around that ballpark. I don't think the Jets.
I'm not going to call you crazy. You don't know if you get the next Mac. As in Mac Jones,
Agreed.
Morgan? What's that?
Mac Jones. Like you're not entirely sure on who you're going to draft. I think that at that number 1 spot, if you're going to mortgage all that draft capital, I think that you need to be absolutely certain. And so, for example, last year, I think that if someone wanted to go trade for, I don't know, Caleb Williams or Jane Daniels and move up into that pick, I think that's a little bit less risky. I think that there was so much talent in that where it's like, okay, like these guys are obviously very, very good quarterbacks. Like I have no problem in absolutely moving up.
Yes.
But for this year, there's not one guy where it's like, oh my gosh, I want him on my team and I need him. There's not. And I think that there's a couple names, like for example, Jackson Dart. I like Jackson Dart out of Ole Miss. I think that he's a very good quarterback. And so honestly, I wouldn't even hate it if this was my projection for the Titans. They trade back, they get the best player available with whoever is going to be needy enough to go get him, and then they draft someone like Jackson Dart later in the first round because they'll probably get another first round pick out of it.
By the way, I love Rye's comments. Jets need to invest and spend their money in the memory erasing device from Men in Black. That's good stuff, Rye. All right, Jay Kane, what do we got for what it's worth? Washington traded with the Rams 13 years ago to go to number 2 and draft RG3 for 3 first-rounders and a second. RG3 was a bigger name, but and Jay Kane, that's the point I am making, and we still sit here and say, yes, and I get it. And thank you, Jay Kane, for doing a little research there for us and finding out. And listen, 12 years ago, right, it could be different. And to your point, Jay Kane, RG3 was a much you know what? As I say, just a bigger name. Because let's be honest, Cam Ward, I'm pretty sure, all-time leader in touchdowns for any quarterback, doing it at a program like Miami as well, right? This wasn't like an Arkansas Pine Bluff, not a Marshall Thundering Herd racking up stats in the CUSA. Let's not take credit away from Cam Ward. To your point, Matty Ice, I'm not going to sit here and say he was better than Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels, right? Those two guys I still think are better. But to Jay Kane's point, this is the cost of doing business for the number 1 overall pick. And my main point is, if you're the New York Jets, what is your other move? Like, when I see this, yes, it is a lot. Yes, it is risky mortgaging future draft capital, especially for a team that has to do some building. But look at this Jets roster, man. I do think this Jets roster is a little bit better than people give them credit for, and they've been a victim of horrible management, horrible ownership, terrible culture. And I do think this is an opportunity to put a guy like Aaron Glenn in there, give him this capital right away and say, listen, this is on you, Aaron Glenn. You got a 3-year window. Get your quarterback this year. And if it flames out every 3 years, we'll run it back. Because
I don't know.
What else are you going to do for the Jets? Seriously.
You just go, you get the best player available. You stick to number 7.
Which is a tight end?
No, I'm not saying whoever said they're going to draft the tight end is actually out of their mind.
Daniel Jeremiah, man. I'm just saying, like, look,
that is absolutely not the move.
All right, Max says, as a Jets fan, this isn't the move. And I hear you, Max Cards. I really do.
7. You drafted a line that helps protect the guy that you're going to draft in the future, or potentially sign. Who knows? Or trade. I don't know.
Listen, man,
that is definitely not the move to move up to number 1 like that.
If you want me to be honest, breaking the fourth wall, as they say, I have been desperate for a crumb in the NFL draft rumor mill, and I got one this weekend when I saw this proposed trade. And to be frank, I love it because it's sexy. Let's be honest. This is a sexy, like, big,
anything for the number 1 pick is going to be sexy. Absolutely, 100%.
Max says they're in such a bad spot no matter what. But Max, that's my point. Is that, like, it does reek of desperation, but why not go for it? Like, that's like, Max, like, and I understand this is such a big question, but it's like, what is your counter option here? And this is a quarterback league, right? Like, the Eagles won the Super Bowl. They did it by building a whole team, and I do think Jalen Hurts is a damn good quarterback. You can't win a Super Bowl without a damn good quarterback, but the Eagles built their whole team. You know what I mean?
It helps when you have Saquon Barkley,
Well,
and you have
exactly.
guys like Devontae, and then you have a phenomenal defense. but it takes more than just that, than just a good quarterback.
This is my point, Ryan. This is my exact point. Is that everyone says this is stupid, that's a horrible move, that's a bad deal, Cam Ward's not worth it, and then you say defer the season. So it's like, this to me is at least better than deferring the season. All right, Max says, the problem I have are for guys like Sauce, Wilson, and Brees who are going to be sick of another potential failure plan. But Max, I just think if you do nothing, you're just signing up for failure, and it's just a different kind of style. But then I would rather go for it than just sign up for the same roster, get freaking Minshew, get Jameis Winston. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. It's scary to do away with such a big draft capital. But I think at a certain point, you just got to go for it, especially when you get a new coach.
If you think that he is going to win you ball games,
Cam Ward,
absolutely go make the move.
This is first overall pick, and the reports are to get Cameron Ward. Now, this is just, I don't think that this is something that is, like, seriously being discussed, or if there's infrastructure in place.
I think someone's going to make a move for the number 1 pick.
But right, this was over the weekend. Some rumors, some whispers started to come out. You know, we know the Titans. It's a fact. The Titans are trying to trade the first overall pick. So some whispers started coming out about the Jets over this past weekend. But it's just, listen, I get it. It's an impossible question to ask anyone to fix the New York Jets, which is why I don't have a problem giving this, what some would say, a silly trade, a little bit light of day.
Yeah, 100%.
But, you know, Matt, as this is something we'll monitor for the rest of the offseason. You know, it's something I think, in my opinion, the most interesting conversation of this offseason. I know the Combine's coming up. Shedeur Sanders is not going to take part in the Combine, which I kind of think is a good move on his part. You know, I don't really need to. Art Kern says something that sounds like something the Jets would do. Art Kern, you're kind of right. I think back to that story where Woody Johnson's kids are making moves for the New York Jets. This seems like Woody Johnson's kids would be like, Dad, I was playing Madden the other day, and the creative draft class at Cam Ward is like an 85.
He's gonna be great.
The old college try approach for the fans. I think so, Ryan. It's what was that bad movie? Draft Day. This is straight out of the movie Draft Day.
It really was.
Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, man, kind of want to look at that other quarterback, Shedeur Sanders. Saw a weird video coming out over the last weekend. Ben, you mind pulling up? Is this the smoking gun for Shedeur Sanders? I don't know what the hell this video was. It was like a weird behind-the-scenes video. He's just like eating some lunch in a hotel room or something like that. and they're talking about Madden. And he says there's only one team he ever plays with in Madden. Ben, let it run. Thanks, man. So weird. It's just like eating lunch. I think that's really the whole video. I think the rest is just him like awkwardly eating lunch.
Oh, jeez.
But nonetheless, saw this video come out last week. I don't know what the hell this video was, like the context of this video was, but he was getting ready to go into podcast. He's just shooting the breeze, and they say, I only play with one team when I play with Madden. The Browns. He knows he's being recorded. He knows that video's going out on the internet. Am I looking too far into this, Matty Ice, or is this kind of just like him trying to say, hey, Browns, number 2 overall pick. I'm ready to roll if you are.
Dude, I don't even know what he's doing. I don't know his antics. He started the antics back in week 7 with whatever, like the Raiders would lose a game.
He started his antics like 3 years ago, I feel like.
I don't even know where he's going at this point. Again, the Browns, do they need a quarterback? Yes. Could Shador go there? Yes. Theoretically speaking, if someone moves up to 1 and gets Cam Ward at number 1, then yes, odds are the Browns will draft Shador at number 2. Who knows? Will it happen? I don't know.
I think...
Does he play with the Browns only in Madden? Who knows, dude? Like, come on. There's no way he hops onto Madden and says, listen, give me the Brownies. I want them.
But then why would he say that? Like I think even if he doesn't want to go to the Cowboys, yeah, that's pretty rough, Morgan. That is pretty rough if you're a Cowboys fan. To me, this is saying I think Shador's going to go to Cleveland. I really do.
You really do?
Yeah, and I think it's just there's a mutual desperation here where Shador is kind of realizing, like, Dion probably too.
Yeah.
The draft stock is dropping on Shador. The more people are talking about it, the more negative it's becoming. Mm-hmm. And I think the more it's like, I just kind of want to get drafted as high as I can go. I'm not as worried anymore about the fit or successful organizations.
Yeah.
It might be a match made in heaven because if you're the Browns, can it get any worse? Like, I think the Browns actually have a worse situation than the Jets, low-key.
Yeah, those two are the 2 teams in the NFL that have they're in the worst possible situation right now. Again, Myles Garrett with the Browns wants out. He requested a trade, immediately said, dude, I need to go to a winning franchise. I need to go.
So wait, Morgan, what are you suggesting? Are you suggesting you could see Shador with the Jets? Yeah, I guess. I don't know, man. I could see the Browns with Shador.
Know where I want Shador?
Where?
New York Giants. I want him with Malik Neighbors.
That would be fun.
I think that would be real fun. And don't think the Giants are that far away, to be completely honest with you. A couple pieces on defense, maybe another offensive weapon, and a quarterback like a young rookie. Now that would excite me. That would excite me because I don't think the Giants are that far off. Now, if let's say, for example, we're going to go look like the Jets, does Shador Sanders do the exact same thing?
What do you mean?
Like, if he gets drafted to the Jets, and I think the Jets are so much farther away from winning than where the Giants are. Yeah.
I almost feel like they're copy paste.
Really?
Yeah, I just think the Jets franchise is more of a stench on him. Just like plain and simple, which is why you say the Giants are closer. But dude, think about it, right? And I know there's a lot up in the air with Garrett Wilson. And like I said, Breece Hall clearly had a bad year. All in all, I think, especially if we look at cards, right?
Yeah.
I do think we shouldn't be doing a fire sale on Breece Hall cards. I kind of think this year was just stinky with Aaron Rodgers. I still want to believe in Breece Hall. Think about this. Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, pretty good as far as running back wide receivers go. Offensive line, you know what I mean? Who knows what Aaron Glenn's doing?
I think they got Olu last year in the draft, so that's not a bad start in the offensive line.
Defense, hypothetically,
I don't know what happened to that defense. They were the number 1 defense in the league 2 years ago.
I think there's some mean here that you need to get to. You know what I mean? Last year was an extreme bad.
Yeah.
And you know what? What did they win? 5 games this year? I don't even know. I couldn't pay attention to the Jets.
It was just ugly.
What's up, Bam? Bam says, I think the Jets are trading up for number 1, kind of like the Panthers Bears trades for 3 years ago. And Elliot, I appreciate that, man. I had a blast putting that together. Let me know what you want to see more, Elliot. I'm thinking maybe something in the works in the next week or two. Something similar to that. But appreciate that, Elliot. Yeah, that was a fun one. Let's see, what else we got here? Bryce, he loves pain and suffering, so Jets it is. Get out of here. Yeah, man, the Shador thing, the Cam Ward thing, it's very odd because we've seen this trend in the NFL for the last 8 years now where teams draft quarterbacks whether they're good or not. They draft quarterbacks because they say, we need a quarterback, so let's put all of our hopes into this guy no matter what. Oh, thank you, Blaine. Thank you. I appreciate the flowers. And Morgan saying a bad team will ruin a good...
Blaine, what up, man?
Or, yeah, what's up, Blaine? Hope you had a nice weekend. A bad team will ruin a good or decent potential player, and that happens often. No, that is true, Morgan. That is true. That actually is a good point. And I do think that's one of the weirder things about sports is that, you know, ownership and management and team culture really can ruin a player.
And those Jets fans are ruthless.
Yeah.
Those Jets fans are ruthless.
But on the flip side, man, if it works out, Cam Ward to the moon. You know, Giants, Shedeur Sanders to the moon.
Yeah.
But on the other, I think you had Daniel Jones cards going for a lot of money at one point. I remember our guy Callie Ken was going on a crazy chase to get his National Treasure card. And I remember texting me later after that saying, yeah, that kind of made me quit cards for like 3 months after I realized how much money I spent trying to get Daniel Jones, and then Daniel Jones fell off the face of the earth. Yeah, so there you go. That's the New York market for you. But listen, I have been starving, quite frankly, being honest, for more draft rumors. And this weekend we had our juiciest ones.
This is where we're gonna start seeing them a lot, especially after the combine and all that stuff, and free agency starts happening. And we're gonna start seeing it fly. Great
chat today as well, given their 2 cents. I think it's interesting because, especially, I feel like for us as a hobby, this is one of the most important times with the draft.
100%.
And where these guys go, I think is very telling.
Yep.
Jaden Daniels is like a huge outlier. You know, getting drafted to Washington is like, oh man, what a terrible situation.
Yeah.
I love Jaden Daniels. Let's see what else. All right, let's get into the card news. Matty Ice. Do a little pivot here because we had an absolute bonkers sale. This, what day was this? February 22nd. So this was Saturday. Victor Wembanyama, 1 of 1, sells for $860,000 on Saturday night and set a new record for a Victor Wembanyama trading card. And of course, this happened on the heels of a season-ending injury. So the exact card was a 2023 Prism Nebula Choice 1 of 1. This was a golden auction. Take that with you will. Final sale exceeded his previous record, which was $516,000 for his Black Shimmer Prism 1 of 1. So not only did it blow his Wemby record, it absolutely knocked it out of the water, like $300,000 more than his previous sale, which blows my mind because this bid happened. Let me see what it was said. The latest sale suggests Wembanyama's career high-end card collectors remain bullish on the 21-year-old's long-term career, even after the Wednesday news. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. When the news was reported on Thursday that he was going to be out for the season, the bidding was at $400,000. So what happened was, Morgan, you say oof, but this is the crazy thing to me. The news comes out Thursday. Bidding had already started.
Yep.
News comes out mid-bid. If you're the guy who put that up, you are crapping your pants, probably. You're crapping your pants, saying, this was the worst decision of my life. Why did I wait to sell this? Oh, my God. And I'll say it again. $400,000. $400,000 was the price when the news came out. So the news came out, and the card still went up $410,000 on Wembanyama's bid here. Or, on the auction. What do you make of this, man? I mean, I feel like there's a lot to unpack here. And thank you, Ben. Yeah, this is the card. This is the exact card.
Raul literally said exactly what I'm thinking. I'm worried that this could potentially be longer than a season. Man. Yeah, and that's the only thing that scares me. But if he comes back and he starts balling, then by all means.
You know, when he does play again, I mean, he's amazing.
Oh, he's great. He's a legitimate
that.
unicorn. We have never seen anything like this. Like over 7 foot, has point guard handles,
100%.
Can shoot the ball, it's unbelievable. It's fun to watch. So, but buy high ends.
This seems... I don't know, right? Let's go on, right. It seems like, and I've been looking at his card ladder, and there's not been any, what's the word?
Drop,
yeah. Opposite of spike. Like, you know what I mean? Drop, I guess. So it's Monday. Words are not coming to me here. I'd like more meat on him for durability. I mean, it's true, Morgan. I don't know what you're laughing about. I think you're actually being serious, right? Are you not? Maybe time off is going to just let him eat. Remember when Joel Embiid was off? He was just drinking Shirley Temples and put on the 100 pounds or whatever. Maybe Victor Wembanyama needs to go to the old, no more crepes. No, we need more crepes, right? He needs more crepes. He needs to put on a little muscle. But, dude, it's just such a slippery slope because it's a blood clot. Like, you saw a guy like Chris Bosh. Like, he had his life almost, like, end because of blood clots.
That's a great point out.
But on the other flip side of it is kind of like such a weird injury that you could say, all right, maybe this doesn't mean it's like consistent deterioration. That's what I'm looking for. Where it's like, maybe this is one-off. It's like, doesn't seem like it's totally basketball related. I don't know exactly I'm not going to pretend to be a doctor. But it just freaking blows my mind that we see a card get sold for $810,000, $300,000 more than its previous one. As a player in a vacuum, Wembanyama deserves all the hype of the world. But I think it's kind of scary. Like, I kind of think it's a mistake of this guy. Like, I hate to say it, to spend $810,000 on this card. You know what I mean? Would you just call it a mistake, or do you think there's some validity there?
Nah, I don't. With that type of an injury of a blood clot, I agree. I agree with you.
It's a mistake.
I think it's a mistake. I think that
I don't want to tell another person what to do with their money, but it just seems like foolish.
That is a straight gamble. That is a straight gamble, and I'm more the person that would like to know on exactly. So unless if he has like the exact doctors,
like the Cam Ward trade,
during an NBA trade, you can actually like be like, listen, I want to go have him tested until I get the reports back. Then the trade doesn't go through. But once I get back, then the trade's done. So it's the exact same thing. I mean, I would like to know that he's okay, that he's going to come back, and then I'll make the purchase for the card.
And I guess Elliott does make like ultimately the truest thing you could say is, I'm guessing you're spending that much, you can afford the mistake.
Point. No, that's a great point.
Yeah, I guess so, Elliott. But if we're gonna just break this down from a pure
no, surprisingly.
What's that?
Is Wemby's card market down? Has it taken a drastic spike down?
No, like so Winery, like Wemby's card market has been down for like 5 months, give or take. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just because there was such a big boom last season, that this season it is taken a step down. But it has not gone down since the injury, if that's what you're asking, Weiner. I keep looking at it. It blows my mind.
If anything, everybody's probably thinking like, oh, it's probably going to drop, so I'm going to buy now.
Oh, yeah, no. Weiner, yeah. After the blood clots, no, it actually isn't, which is crazy. And I think this sale highlights it. A little bit more on this, but it's 10 o'clock. We blew right through, can't talk, man, Monday. Blew right through 10 o'clock. Little trivia question. Yeah, Weiner. And as you should, obviously. I don't think now is the time to sell. I just think $810,000 or $860,000. Crazy, man. Crazy. Got a little trivia question here. NFL trivia. We were talking quarterbacks here. And franchise-changing quarterback. Made me think, who leads the NFL right now in career passing yards? Who is the active leader, all active players in the NFL right now, for passing yards? I did not know this one, by the way, when I put it on here. So a little bit tougher, ladies and germs. Matt Stafford, Aaron Rodgers, Joe Flacco, or Russell Wilson. Those are your 4 options today. So I'll say it again. Stafford, Rodgers, Flacco, and Russell Wilson are your choices. Most passing yards of any active quarterback right now in the NFL. And yes, these guys are still currently active, believe it or not. Joe Flacco and Aaron Rodgers are technically still active. I think, by the way, and like real quickly going back B-Lev, I don't know. It depends if he just scrambled on 3rd down or not. Because then he might say, I'm out. I'm done. I'm voting on this one. Did you vote on this one? I want to make sure we got this right. I'm voting on this one. Oh, man, no one voted for Joe Flacco, I see. Mr. Discount Double Check. There we go. Right, there we go. This is good work by the chat today. I thought this one was kind of difficult. Dude, 22 votes, and they got it by a good amount. A little golf clap for the chat today. That wasn't even close. I love to see that. Aaron, Mr. Discount Double Check, gonna take down the correct answer today. Yeah, kind of a slim margin. I'm pretty sure Stafford was second there, but it is Rodgers. So we will trigger our slab or no slab giveaway.
Here we go.
For the day. As you know, 50 card wheel, 3 PSA graded cards. Dunbar. Rams will trade Stafford for the 3rd pick of the Giants, then trade the 3rd to move down for more picks to draft for, and then sign Rodgers to your rental. Dunbar! Did you catch our show last week, my friend? Yes, sir. I am with you, Dunbar. I threw that out there last week, and might get to that a little bit later, either today or tomorrow. I want to do a deeper dive on that with Stafford and the Giants, because Dunbar, I think
they're gonna have to.
I think something's happening there, Dunbar. I think you are on that, and it is spicy. I would love to see it too. Nonetheless, what were you talking about? Oh, yeah, Wemby. I'm all over the place. I'm excited. By the way, yeah, one more thing going back to the Jets. That list reminded me. All these articles, top quarterback free agents. There are some sources that have Joe Flacco as like the 3rd or 4th ranked quarterback free agent. And that's why I'm like, dude, Jets, just trade for the first overall pick. Because come on,
A lot of teams are going to be doing that. G Winery, Dallas is tanking for Arch Manning. A lot of teams are going to be doing that.
I kind of don't hate it, G Winery, but I heard Cam Newton make that claim first, so I'm kind of just putting that on the back burner.
Who would you say is the most? Kind of just going off of this.
Yeah.
Who's the last guy to come out of college that has been this highly sought after? Since Arch Manning. So who is the most sought after college quarterback that's going to enter the draft before Arch Manning?
In recent history, you're saying?
Yes.
Oh, I think that one's easy. Andrew Luck.
I would go Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, damn. Actually, you know what? You're right.
I would go Trevor Lawrence.
I just jumped off the Trevor Lawrence bandwagon so quickly that I forgot.
Do you think that whole Trevor Lawrence thing is going to scare some people, some teams?
No, because it's not the first time it happened. It's not the last time it's going to happen.
It's
when you see a guy, and to your point, I think it's interesting. We crown these guys so early. Oh, he's the best prospect since LeBron James.
Again, keyword prospects. Prospects.
It happens all the time. That's the beauty of sports, and that's the disaster of sports, I think. And listen, here's the difference, though. We have not seen Arch Manning play a full season of Division I football.
We haven't.
The flashes we've seen, fantastic.
Incredible.
Don't get me wrong. Yep. But I do think we're going to learn a lot. And that's the thing, G Winery. We don't even know yet. We haven't even seen Arch Manning play a whole season yet. We think we know, but I think we'll find. Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers is so good. He was decent. He wasn't this next coming of Andrew Luck or anything like that. Sorry, Colts fans. I know there was an Anthony Richardson comment in here earlier. So going back to the Wembanyama, that is hard to say. Going back to the Wembanyama thing, and the guy who spent $860,000 on his cards. For those who do not know, for those whom this might be the first time, I'm a big 76ers fan. And there was some more news over this weekend. Dude, I kind of think Joel Embiid's career is over. Shams, the 76ers and Joel Embiid are consulting doctors, considering alternative options on his injured knee. Signs of hope for progress on Embiid's body, but his efforts to play and current treatments, including injections, have not provided any improvement. Embiid has scored 15 or fewer points in consecutive games for the first time in almost 4 years, and again, experienced swelling in his left knee after Saturday's loss against the Brooklyn Nets. Now listen, Dunbar, I trusted the process. I love Embiid. I really do, and I'm embarrassed to say it. It is just downright sad what is happening right now. And I am not willing this on Victor Wembanyama at all. And I think Victor Wembanyama so far is way different of a scenario than Joel Embiid. Way different.
100%.
Embiid sat out 2 years before he even played an NBA game.
Yep.
His injury history is way worse than Victor Wembanyama's. But, Ben, could you pull up? I have the card ladder of Joel Embiid attached to this show. And it is just, there's not much to it, man. There is really not much to it. And there's not much that's surprising.
I know, Dunbar.
This is, Rise. Stop. Rise, stop. Come on, man. Dunbar, absolute best scoring center of all time. It's hard when Wilt Chamberlain and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar existed. Dunbar. Right, stop, Brian. It hurts. It is just, it's getting to a point where, and I'm with you, Dunbar. I'm with you. Everyone, all of you out there, and I know if there's 66 people in this room, I bet 60 of you have hated Joel Embiid. And I just asked you to feel a little empathy today. Because it is dawned on me over the last 24 or 48 hours that his career might literally be over. And it's just, it just bums me out. And all right, it's a two-parter. One, Matt, do you think Joel Embiid's career is over? And two, does stuff like this make you, going back to that Wemby sale, does it really start to make you think about that Wemby sale?
It doesn't really make me think about the Wemby sale.
No,
it really doesn't. Because again, it's two totally different injuries. Again, one is
I know,
one is a knee. One's a knee.
Fellas, I'm not. I really don't want to. These two things happen within the same day, and I have a lot of scar tissue as a Sixers fan, and I don't mean to push this on you guys, Wemby fans or Spurs fans or card holders. It's just where my brain is, and I want to share. I'm sorry, Matt. Continue.
Yeah, no, I don't think that it has an impact on the Wemby for me at all. Again, it's two totally different injuries. So
it's two totally different injuries, but it's two similar body types is where I'm going with. And we talked about it last week. Every one of these guys who are 7'2" or taller, You
Well,
know
here's
what
the
I
thing.
mean?
Here's the thing: is Wembanyama isn't necessarily banging around down in the paint like Joel Embiid was.
That's true.
So
is
Wembanyama can kind of play more of a
Finesse
ISO,
style?
a finesse,
Yeah, I
like
get what
step
you're
back,
saying.
kind of like chill out in the perimeter, which Embiid does. But at the same time, Embiid prefers to be, babying people in the post and dunking on them. Like that's what he loves to do.
I mean, look, he can do both, but you're right. He is more physical.
Absolutely. So I think I do think that his career is over. I think that, and I hate to say it, and it's kind of sad because I did trust the process, and it was always like they'll get past this. I think that this team could be very good with. I mean, we're gonna I'm sorry, Josh, but we're gonna.
It's all right, man.
The Ben Simmons.
I know.
The whole thing with
the
Ben
Markelle
Simmons.
Fultz.
And then I hate to say it, but the Kawhi Leonard shot.
Yeah.
Like that was the year where I was like, okay, next year could be their year, and it was not their year.
I know, man. This is
let's take a 5 seconds of silence for this.
No, not yet. Not yet. I'm not giving it up yet. We got a lot of comments to get to. Dunbar. Open myself up to roasting him. I've seen every game. Never seen a center with that skill set.
Incredibly skilled.
That's the thing, Dunbar. I think when you deal with the pain as a Sixers fan, you actually want, like, I watched almost every game of Embiid when he was, like, at his best and, like, genuinely maybe the best player I've seen, like, Saquon Barkley's better than him, but other than Saquon Barkley, probably best Philadelphia player I've ever seen in my lifetime. When Embiid was at his prime, which I know sounds crazy to say, but like 70 points on Wemby, by the way. Remember that. Like what he could do. It's just so sad, man. Like this is a guy who won MVP, whether he deserves it or not. It's just, and it seems like it really, this might be the end for him. Like, oh God, he just never caught a break.
He never could.
All right, what Valve says, what is Valve saying about blood clots? Other guys who had blood clots? Are you talking about currently or all time? Because that's where I get scared about blood clots is Chris Bosh, whose career ended with blood clots. Oh, yeah. They said 3 other. Oh, recently? I know Bosh is the only one.
Bosh was one.
Is it Kevin Love or am I making that up?
No, Kevin Love's still in the NBA.
No, I know.
I think he's on the Heat. Kevin Love's still on the Heat.
All right, let's see. Yeah, Kevin Love is still in the Heat, but he stinks. His career.
That's crazy.
He does, man. He's washed. He's just a vibes guy.
He's an old man. He's an old man. Take it easy on him. He's out there getting. This is his card. This is his YMCA basketball.
Kevin Love would admit he stinks now. I think that's respectfully. He was a great player at one point. Yeah, Dunbar says it's over. Oh, that sucks, man. Buckeye says Embiid to LA. Yeah, probably. Jeez. JK, literally every time I watch Wemby run the floor, I get Sean. What the hell? What are you talking about? Sean Livingston flashbacks. Help me out here, JK. I might be missing something there. Elliot. All would. Oh, AI would like a word. Elliot, I never, not to age myself, I never got to watch AI, to be honest with you. Prime Embiid and Prime Maxey would have been great. That's true, just here for the hobby. That's true. Instead, it's just like, all right, Maxey, good luck. And I do think Jared McCain will be fun to watch. Let's see what else we got. We're talking centers here, though. All right, there we go. Caught up on the chat there. Yeah, man, it's just, I think he's going to get shut down for the season, and this is another, like, total debacle with the 76ers.
Yeah.
Tank for Cooper Flag. Whatever, man. But there we go. I don't want to.
You've had some crazy names go through Philly. James Harden, Paul George.
Jimmy Butler.
Tobias
Harris.
Smokes, you've had everybody.
It's time to just blow it up and let Maxey run his thing. Which, by the way, I mean, I think Maxey's
I think he's great. I like Maxey a lot.
Can't go wrong with Max.
No.
McCain's injury. It's just us. Neither Sixers' new Bambino curse. I guess so. It's the curse of Sam Hinkie.
Gotta be
the first team to go for all in tank. Teams like the Thunder who did it after us. Whatever, they're doing great. Sixers, first team to do it, bang! See ya, smited down by the basketball gods. It's horrible, man. So sick of it. But I mean, I really got sad. Let's lighten the mood though. Let's lighten the mood now. Who saw? There's a lot of crazy stuff in the hobby, and I think I might have seen the craziest bidding on a card I have ever. And this is even crazier than the Victor Wembanyama card. Who here in the chat saw the Cheeto Zard over the weekend? Anyone? Before I flash it up? Anyone seen it? Nah, we can flash it up, Ben. Nothing on the Cheeto Zard. Look at what is selling on eBay. They're calling it the Cheeto Zard, ladies and gentlemen. So I believe the backstory of this is someone was eating some flaming hot Cheetos. Morgan saw this? Yeah. Someone was eating some flaming hot Cheetos. And they kind of put it into, they credit to whoever did this, because they said, you know what? I can make a quick buck. They made their own custom Pokemon outline here and placed a Cheeto that they had, looking like Cheeto-looking thing like Charizard. And what's the price? Okay, this was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday at 10 a.m. So I don't know what it finished at. With 24 bids, this price has surpassed $5,000.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, there's still 6 days left on this auction. Okay. So this is a Flamin' Hot Cheeto, and this is being sold through Golden, I believe.
All right, chat. I'm gonna go make a Pikachu real quick. I'll be right back.
6 more days left, ladies and gentlemen.
Chat.
6 more days left. I just imagine one of us breakers doing this for 6 days straight. Come on, chat, wake up! We got 6 more days left on the Cheetos art. We gotta get those bids up. What are we doing? You know what I mean? You can get mad at whoever you want.
Right.
You can get mad at Golden. You can get mad at Fanatics. But the only person you should get mad at is yourself. Because there are people out here bidding over $5,000 on a Cheeto. What the hell reality are we living in, Matt?
I mean,
what
dude.
is this? Price says PSA. Yeah, send this card to PSA. I mean, Dooley says it's a scam. Yes, it's a scam, and they're admitting it's a scam, and people are saying, "Shut up and take my money." What is this? All right, what do we got? JK, does the card come with recreational substance to make it look like it's flying? If you hang out with Aaron Rodgers while you get it, yes, it will. Dooley says whoever wins is not going to pay. Dooley, correct me on that. Let me know what you mean by that. There might be some rules I'm not familiar with. Dunbar, yes, you do. Kid eats it before auction closes. Jay Breezy, yeah, that's the best part. Is that you can see the glue on the Cheeto. Like they're not even like trying.
They're not trying to hide anything. That's
Buckeye,
crazy. That's nuts.
7,500, easy. What does that mean? What are FNGs? I don't know what that means.
FNG.
I don't know what that means. That might have to be is that an off-the-air kind of thing, Matt?
Yeah, sure.
SMS. That sounds like the Wemby Mercury spots as well. Oh my goodness.
There you go.
Oh, and Brandon Ingram. There we go. Oh. Oh, okay. I got you, Dooley. I got you. JK, I see. This is even a deeper rabbit hole than I realized. Oh. I was just, I just saw this going crazy viral this past weekend and said, my goodness, we got to talk about this because if I thought the Wemby sale was wild, this tops it.
This tops it by a good amount.
Yeah, just plain saying J-Lo is a title right now.
What do we think it's going to get to?
Yeah, that's a good question. It was fun.
It's a 101.
Shut up. Don't play into it. What do we got? Yeah, right now, someone was like, 120 HP. That's good. What does this get to? What do we think? What do you want to set
What's
over
it
under
at? What's it at?
5 yesterday morning, so I don't even know what it's at now. Over under, what do you say? Over under 20,000?
It's got to be under, right?
I don't.
Current.
Ben, you want to put up a quick poll?
Sorry.
All right. Ben's gonna try to get an update for us. We got 40 seconds left on that slab or no slab. Right. He says, I hope to God it's under. Dude, so do I, but I kind of think it'll go over. I think someone's going to pay some crypto bro in Silicon Valley is going to pay like 23,000.
It's at 6,000.
It's at 6,000 now?
Yeah.
You said.
Oh my
$6,750 right now. Look,
go get your bids in.
This is live. All of a sudden, this Bowman draft break doesn't seem too expensive anymore to me. People spending $6,700 on a Cheeto. Hop on in. We got Bowman's best in Bowman draft.
RW, that's exactly what that is. It is a Cheeto that looks like a Charizard, and they decided to, that's exactly what you think it is.
All right, well, no Cheetos are on slab today. Let's go, Card Hunter. Card Hunter 2468 taking this down. Yeah, RW.
It's nuts.
Would you eat it?
That's an expensive Cheeto.
No. So I heard that
what do you do? Frame it? You just gotta
You frame it, dude. You frame it. 7 going out. Ooh, little Gleyber Torres and Anthony Rizzo dual patch to 50.
Very nice.
There you go. A couple washed up Yankees legends, if you ask me. Number to 50. I'm not gonna. This is not the best card you can win, but it's a free card nonetheless. Card Hunter. Appreciate you hanging out.
Stop that right now.
Let's see.
Wait, unless if it was Lays. Was it Lays?
Is that a joke, J. Kane?
I don't think it is.
And SMS says Rizzo is not washed up. All right, someone's trying to. You go on SMS's eBay store right now. There's some Anthony Rizzo stuff, isn't there, on there? He's just a hold. All right, I guess. Whatever. I'll leave you to it, SMS. I'm not going to argue you about Anthony Rizzo. We're talking about Jesus being sold for $7,000. All right. Oh my God. What the hell is going on? Buy it and eat it on the air. For the right price, yeah. I mean, if you guys want to pay for it, hell yeah, I would. I think, and if someone wants to correct me, I think the Cheeto was pulled, which is crazy sentence right there. I think the Cheeto was pulled in 2018. Actually, I don't know why it's just going up for auction.
Where'd the blue come from then?
Dude, don't ask. I don't. The less I know, the better. All right. SMS. That was exactly what I was thinking. This is probably better than the banana with the tape. Ooh, it's vintage. It's still got 3 more years. What, until it expires? You're probably right, Ryan. The stuff they're putting on those flaming hot Cheetos, someone's going to buy it, and then their dog is going to eat it one day. That would be awesome. That would actually, that's what you deserve if you're ordering that Cheeto. Oh, my goodness. And let's see. Wow. There's a lot of different ways. There's still some more card news we can get to here, but I did want to pay attention. Ben, can you pull up the Big Papi card trade? It was a Topps Rip night over the weekend. Or, I don't know. I saw this happen. This is just awesome, man. Everywhere, all these local card shops having these huge Topps Rip events. And this was one of my favorite things I saw. Look at what Big Papi did. Big Papi's just the best. Look at, actually, could you enlarge the one on the left? Ben, the photo on the left. Because look at everything. This is what Big Papi traded. I have multiple questions. 1, how did Big Papi come into having all of these cards? 2, notice how he traded a lot of Yankees cards as well to just kids during Topps Rip night. Right there. And he was just trading with kids for just like base cards.
Yeah.
You know, oh man.
No, Big Papi is one of the nicest dudes ever. Again, one of my favorite stories of all time. Just like me personally, like it was from him. Like just a super nice guy.
And you know, there's a lot of weird stuff we talk about, like this Cheeto card, you know, like, I mean, so I just wanted to kind of bring it back and be like, I saw Volpe, Austin Wells are 15 minutes down the road at a local card shop here in Tampa. Anyone go to anything at Topps Rip Night? It just seemed like an awesome event, especially for kids to like, you know.
J Sauce, what up, baby?
Yeah, J Sauce in the building?
Yeah.
Let's go, J Sauce. Dude, J Sauce has been having a week. But yeah, there was the trade. I'm thinking about doing a deep dive into this if I got some time this week to find out how much money Big Papi just gave away in the form of cards. Can't remember who it was, but Ball Blast. I saw that RW. So I just kind of wanted to bring it back to the good side.
Was it really?
Frank Thomas giving away a copy of his original No Name. I did not see that, J. Kane. Damn. So I'm hoping, you know, we're still. We've had a lot of growth here, Suncoast. A little quick pat on the back here.
Absolutely.
It's been like less than 4 months. Maybe by the time next year, we'll be able to do something like that.
Yeah.
You know, have some more retail stuff here because that was awesome to see on Twitter over this past weekend. All the players coming out, especially with spring training, taking some time off. And like you said, spending $8,000. That's what I'm saying, RW, right? Like, we're talking, oh my God, $860,000 for a Wemby card. Are you crazy? $7,000 for a Cheeto. Oh my God, you're crazy. And then you see something like this, and it's like, yes, like
Absolutely.
That's what we're doing it for. That's what we need. Right, that's what Absolutely, I'm saying, RW. And like, I was at 2 spring training games this weekend, and there was some good stuff. I saw Vladimir Guerrero Jr. The Blue Jays started him his first game, and you know, just waving to the fans, smiling, because you know. Been a weird offseason for Vladdy J.
Absolutely.
I thought maybe there was going to be some jawing at him. All love, giving him an ovation, smiling, waving to the crowd. He looks skinny, by the way. Yes, I had boots on the ground in Dunedin. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has cut some weight. I think he's really going all out because he knows he's got a contract coming his way. So all those jokes about, I don't know if I want to sign him. We have to measure the belt size. I get it. He looks in good shape this year, just saying.
Wow.
And on that note, I want to shift over to some hot stove here because... man, was it good to have baseball back. Let's start here. Ben, I don't know if you can pull it up. The Zach Veen home run. Who saw this over the weekend? So I know there's a bunch of Zach Veen cards that we've been holding. And Zach Veen, I don't want to say I wrote him off, but per the hype that he had when he was drafted, per the hype he had when, you know, we were first getting his cards in Bowman or whatever, it's kind of been a little negative. But man, oh man, he's had the highlights so far of spring training. This was, who was it against? You know who Zach Veen hit this against? Was it the Dodgers? I don't know. We'll have it pulled up. All right. Yeah, Ben, just let her. Oh, the Diamondbacks here. This was Zach Veen's tank shot this weekend. Look at that backflip.
Absolutely nuts.
They show it again in a second angle, too. Look at this. Come on, man.
The swagger. The absolute swagger.
All right, yeah, they show this angle here, too. I mean, that's like a projectile, and I'm not talking about the bat. Listen, it's a two-way street. That's crazy, RW. Yeah, I'm a little bit spoiled down here. Jay Kane says, Rockies talk, let's go. Jay Kane, you missed our Rockies highlight. You would have hated it. Just letting you know, you would have hated what I was saying about the Rockies, so it's good you missed it. The Zach Veen bat flip. Two things here. One, awesome hit. I mean, it's great to see if you're a Rockies fan because it's not a great time, I don't think, to be a Rockies fan. You're looking for any glimmer of hope. And that was an absolute tank job by Zach Veen. Yeah. Like 435 feet.
Sheesh.
But two, what the hell was that bat flip?
It's so funny because if you watch that video closely, you can see it. You can. He'll be like, oh shoot. Yeah. Like he's like, uh-oh.
He said later after the game, they asked him about it, and he said, yeah, I kind of made contact and blacked out. So I think he like blacked out, flipped the bat, and then all of a sudden was like, what am I doing? I gotta be an adult. I gotta be a grown ball player. What am I doing? He threw the bat at the pitcher, man. In a spring training game, someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think Zach Veen has an MLB home run in his career. Can I be an old man for a second?
Go ahead.
Bat flip pissed me off, man. And I'm pro bat flip. But you're going to do this in game one of spring training as a guy who has never played, like, has never hit a home run in the MLB?
Spring training is crazy, 100%.
Dude, the home run, if you want to flip the bat a little bit, like it was a tank job, go ahead. Flip the bat, pimp it a little bit. But to do, like, that was like some KBO, like, kind of like...
Yeah, that was nuts.
Nonsense
that's
bat
too much.
flip.
That was absolutely too much.
Right,
absolutely too much.
Dude, that's what I mean, though, Ryan. He's going to get plunked. There's going to be somebody who's going to get plunked. Flip around and find out. I'm with you. I thought that was just crazy to be flipping that bat. Sorry to be the no fun guy here, but I thought it was absolutely crazy.
Yeah, not a fan of that bat flip at all by any means.
Right. Was it cool? Was it funny to laugh at? But if you want me to be honest here, in a spring training game...
part was him saying, oh, shoot, like, right as it comes out. That was the funniest part.
Because he knew he was in the wrong. It was like, oh, man, congratulations. Roscoe says he loves the compliment.
Roscoe? How we doing, man?
What's up, Roscoe? Get fizzed up. I guess, and I will say, to Zach Veen's credit, he went full Eminem mode. Because Zach Veen had black hair. Dude, he showed up this year saying, you've been talking bad about me. I'm bleaching my hair and tossing my bat at the pitcher. So you know what? So throw that bat, son. I'll go and get off my lawn, man. It's day one of spring training. You're going against a double-A pitcher. Relax, Zach Veen. Relax. Second bit of news, though, that we saw. Ben, you pull up the Cags clip here. Our guy.
Friend of the show.
SMSA, it's just as important to create a brand as starting early. Yeah, I guess so in today's baseball game. You got to be able to prove it when it matters most. Speaking of creating a brand, there is no better brand, in my opinion, than our guy, Jack Caglione. Second game, I want to say, in his career. Ben, you can just let it run. I apologize. There's not a good video of it.
Oh, my gosh.
One just the sound
absolutely.
Of that crap.
Yeah, you can... Manager, I remember the manager or the coach was like, that was loud. That was loud.
Jack Caglione, our dude who was just amazing here. Cannot rave about him enough. Just a great guy. He hit his first, I mean, it doesn't really count as spring training, but professional home run. Hit his first home run with the Kansas City Royals. There's not a single good video of it. However, there was StatCast data on it.
Yep.
Ball went 435 feet. 115.4 miles per hour on the exit velocity. That's the third hardest hit ball in Royals StatCast history.
Yeah, he's going to be an absolute force.
I mean,
absolute force.
This guy has not really played a ton of professional baseball in his career. And listen, I think he was going against a lefty.
Jay Kane.
Looks like the swinging tips for Con here paying off. It's like Seinfeld. I don't know if we got Seinfeld fans in the chat where Jerry's like, what are the Yankees going to learn from you, George Costanza? And he's giving like Bernie Williams hitting tips in the batting cage. I noticed if you love your swing or whatever, and it actually works. Rises need to muscle up. Bryce went 454. If I remember correctly, Rye, was that Metal Bat Bryce though? That might have been Metal Bat Bryce. To give Cags a little bit credit here, Rye. But man, no, all right, that's on me. But nonetheless, man, Cags, I just love to see that. Gonna try to get a video out there of some words that Cags had when he was with us. class act. Pair it with a video of the home run. We got the Cags hype train has officially left the station. Bob says, no, that was yesterday. No, Bryce hasn't played yet. Kind of reliving his 5 minutes of college baseball with Cags all stream long. It was hilarious, SMS. I was here for it. Bryce is going to give Barry a run. Whoa. Barry Bonds, Bob? Listen, Bob, I love Bryce Harper. I am a Phillies fan. That's crazy talk, man. That is absolute crazy talk here. Bryce giving Barry Bonds. I hope so. Yeah, what world? Oh, yeah, right. They're talking to him after the game. Yeah, I just thought about what Connie, Jason, and Pat were telling me while I was ripping Sapphire, and next thing I knew, I was rounding first base. Just give me a break out of here. Hand up, Bob. Hand up. Bryce bleeping Eldridge. I'm sorry, Bob. I got you. That's on me. I got my head in the Philadelphia Phillies gutter here. All of us are like, all right, I see what you're saying now, Bob. It's nice when a guy's never played a game. You can say whatever you want, too. Yeah. I was at the Yankees game, and I was saying, future Hall of Famer Spencer Jones, home run. I was like, I can say whatever I want. Why not?
Just keep it rolling.
Let's see what else we got. Anything else we want to really dive into? As far as Hot Stove goes, let me just ask you this one question here for Hot Stove's sake. Who's your favorite bounce back candidate this year? I'm going to give you 3 names. We can keep doing this all season long, all off season long. 3 names to bounce back this season. Adolis Garcia, Corbin Carroll, Bo Bichette. 3 guys who have had pretty bad seasons last year, I would say. Which of those 3 guys are you not hoping for, but believe in? Just straight up, you think they'll have the biggest bounce back season?
I think Bo Bichette. I like Bo Bichette a lot.
Yeah.
I grew up like kind of. That's kind of like when I got back into cards was right around his rookie.
He was getting drafted, coming up the ranks.
I first, yeah. So that was a lot of fun in collecting him. Flobo. He's got the hair. He's got the looks. He's just a lot of fun to watch when especially when he's up there at the plate, man. He's great in the field, and I think he can get back to that. Last year, 225 average was not very good, obviously. I'm hoping he can get up to that 300 average, kind of get back to the RBIs that he...
Go back to the gap power kind of thing.
Exactly. So, and I hope for the Toronto's sake as well. If he can get it together, Vladdy can get it together, I think that team could be actually kind of, hopefully decent.
The Blue Jays could be. If everything goes right, yeah.
If this
the
happens,
Blue Jays could be
happens,
very, very fun this season. The only problem, I think, or the ultimate problem for them is playing in the AL East. That's going to be a gauntlet over there. Chad is all over Bo Bichette, and it's interesting, though. I'm very curious. Is it SMS and who else is saying it? 2 of you are in here saying you're out on Corbin Carroll. I'm going with Corbin Carroll, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think we are so quickly forgetting how great this guy was his rookie year. Yeah, and I think for me, the reason that I really like Corbin Carroll is SMS. You know what? Like maybe I kind of like him because he's smaller, has a little mustache and all that. I wouldn't rule that out, to your point, SMS. I just feel like Corbin Carroll's speed automatically gives him a leg up. Where his floor is already higher. Like, he had a terrible season last year, and he still scored 100+ runs last year, stole all these bases. I think there's a little bit of an injury concern last season. Now you add Josh Naylor into that lineup. The Diamondbacks were just a weird team all year last year. I think there might have been a little hangover from a young team who went deep to the World Series last year.
Absolutely.
It's nothing against Bo Bichette. It's nothing against Adolis Garcia. I just see the Carroll comps go down, and I get it. He had a bad season last year. Carroll was already trending. That's what I'm saying, Maverick. He was trending.
It did come out that he was injured.
Right, his shoulder was bothering him all season last year. Elliot, he's a Whittle guy. I do think Bo Bichette's not a monster either. If we're going to talk size here.
No.
Oh, Bob, I might be one of the biggest Josh Young fans you'll ever meet. Seriously, I think I would actually take Josh Young over.
He's 6 foot.
All 3 of those guys, Bo Bichette or Corbin?
Yeah, Bo Bichette.
Yeah, he's 6 foot. All right. Otani also had a short. Okay. Well, we're talking about guys who aren't literal aliens, SMS. Shohei Otani should... Dude, when you talk about baseball, it's almost like what we used to talk about Mahomes, where it's like, okay, yes, obviously it's Otani. Why even talk about him? He's so good, there's not really much to say. But Bo is thicker, though. It's true about that, Ryan. It's true about that. No. I mean, look, we talked about Carroll. We talked about J-Rod. J-Rod will be on these lists one of those days. But I just want to, those are just three names that I put together as I was doing my, just looking at some of these teams as we get ready for baseball season. Those are three names. Baby Alien's not bad. That's what they said about Jason Dominguez. Did you see the play he made this weekend?
Yeah, the one in left field with the sun in his eyes. Unbelievable.
Oh, my goodness. I saw the meme
Starting
saying.
to scare me.
I honestly... SMS wants to replay it. Ben, I know I didn't have this on there. I know I'm asking a lot. Any chance you could find the Jason Dominguez error over this past weekend? Because, man, oh, man, it was bad. And if SMS wants it, SMS is going to get it. I can't deny that.
Not pretty.
Nonetheless, as we look for that video, we got to keep it going with our 30 teams and 30 shows. I was talking to my buddies, and I was like, yeah, I've been enjoying this segment, 30 teams, 30 shows. And they go, okay, John Boy. And I'm like, they're like, yeah, John Boy does the same thing. I'm like, all right, you know what? Every show ever has done the same thing. I never said this was an original idea, to be honest with you. All right, here we go. This is the Jason Dominguez play. Thank you, Ben. That was quick, man.
No, jeez.
Dude, it's even worse that he was close to it. I feel like it would be better if he was like so far away from it.
Yeah, they did get him out of home, though.
That's crazy.
They did get him out of home.
That's crazy. Jurgen. Yeah, man, I'm feeling it. You should look at my legs. That's actually a Baycare ballpark tan for your information, Jurgen Hergen. Yeah, a little bit redder today. A little bit redder. No sunblock needed. SMS training from Judge in the World Series. There it is. Shield your eyes, Matt. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it.
It's just not good. And then he missed it. There was another one. It was left center.
Serious?
It was left center. He just completely took a terrible route to the ball. Terrible route.
Oh, not great, man. Maybe
not
Boone.
Ideal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, while we're on the topic, congrats on the Boone extension. 2 years for Aaron Boone.
Just let's go.
There you go, Yankees fan. Woo!
Woo! Here we go.
Well, it could be worse, man. You could be a Pirates fan. Let's talk Pirates.
Yeah.
30 shows, 30 teams at 10:37 today, we'll call it. The Pittsburgh Pirates finished last year at 76 and 86. Way better of a record than I thought they had, by the way. 76 and 86. I don't know how they did that. Star player, no doubt about it. It's the man, the myth, Paul Skenes. Star hitter, Brian Reynolds, I guess. I mean, I think by default he has to be. Manager, Derek Shelton. I mean, he's done a pretty good job considering they've given him slop to work with pretty much every year, and he gets the team close to 500. The Pirates every year go through like 1 month where they're like 20 and 10 for no damn reason. All right, so this is going to be a little bit of a difference here. Babe Hall is their first baseman. Babe Hall. Are you talking about Derek Hall, Jurgen? Oh, my goodness. You know what? That's actually not a bad sleeper there if you really want to go into the weeds. Video that defined their season. We're going to do this a little differently today because all these videos that define their season, I've kind of just made fun of these teams. And for the Pirates, so I actually, that's what I was saying too, Elliot, phone home. For the Pirates, their video that defined their season, it's going to let Skenes highlight reel run.
Yeah.
Because holy crap, I think it's just one of the most fun highlight reels in all the sports. Here it is. So I'm just going to play this, let it run. First starts against the Cubs. And I kind of want to talk about Paul Skenes in general, especially from a card standpoint, because it's something I've been bouncing back and forth in my head. Mm-hmm. Is it time to sell, like one or the other? You got to pick one. Time to sell on Skenes or buy on Skenes. Let me weigh you out, because yesterday we talked about this a little bit. And I said, you know what? Because he's a pitcher, I feel like there's just so much risk involved. Does he deserve all the hype? Absolutely. I mean, he is so electric.
So talented.
But because of the risk, I feel like it might be time to sell now. I thought about this all weekend.
Okay.
And I came in here today and said, you know what? It might actually be time to buy Skenes. Because what happens when he's doing this in pinstripes? What happens when he does this with the Red Sox, with the Dodgers? What happens when, because the bottom line is Paul Skenes is a Pirate. I don't see this guy pitching in the playoffs. I don't see this guy pitching in the World Series. Imagine Paul Skenes the Pirate. I mean, Paul Skenes the Yankee. Paul Skenes the Red Sox. Explosion. I feel like we think because last week I was saying, is there any way it goes higher? And then the answer is yes. When he signs with the Yankees, when he signs with the Red Sox.
Yep. I absolutely could see. I agree with you. I agree with you. I think that, I mean, we're obviously watching it right now, but he was so dominant. I mean, 1.96 ERA, 11-3. Like,
I think he can only get better.
The Yankees. I mean, you're 100%. Like, I'm at Yankees. I mean, the Dodgers will probably find a way to get him as well, find a way to shoot him an offer. and then he's chasing rings. I mean, the only thing that really scares me about the reason that I would not buy, I mean, I guess injury, but again, he hasn't given us a reason yet.
And I mean, listen, injury, yes. Is it scary? And I hate to, not prey on a guy's downfall, but I do think ultimately the right answer would be when he gets injured, buy the dip, right? Because if he gets hurt, there's going to be a couple people who panic. I feel like today, with the way that medicine and Tommy John surgery has become, it's not the end of a guy's career.
No, it's not. And that's what a lot of people are forgetting.
And listen, I'm not trying to wish that on him at all, right? I just do think that's obviously the thing we get scared of. Sleeves, can't get over the Carroll hating. They take away. There are no sleeves. I love it. I can't get over the Carroll hating either. No sleeves. Let's go. Pro Corbin Carroll show right here. SMS says there's a chance he stays forever. Bob says one throw away from his elbow snapping. It happened. It's a real possibility. Oh, yeah, no. I 100% understand, right? There was one career from his elbow snapping, but guys come back now from that. And it's crazy. Guys do come back from that. You come back from that. Look, you might miss a year. The
science they have behind it now is just unbelievable.
You might miss 2 years. You come back. The Yankees sign him. He gets traded to the Yankees. He goes to the Red Sox. Paul Skenes now, look at what he's doing now. And people are buying him knowing damn well this guy's not going to pitch in the playoffs. This guy's not going to pitch in the World Series unless something crazy happens in Pittsburgh. I'm starting to change my tune on it. And look, I know the sales are astronomical right now. I might not literally be buying now, but the second there's a slight dip on Skenes,
you're in.
I think I'm all in because, listen, keeping with the Pirates here, there's a stat that's gone viral recently. Did you see this one? Let me see where I had. I want to get this right. The Pirates haven't signed a free agent for multiple years, okay? Since December 2016, Matt. 9 years. We're going on 9 years since the Pirates have signed a player in free agency for multiple years. So what makes you believe that Paul Skenes and the Pirates are ever going to do anything together? You get what I'm saying now?
Yeah, I get what you're putting down. You're 100% right. I mean, that's kind of an alarming stat.
I mean, malpractice.
No, yeah, you got to obviously spend money to give yourself a chance to win ball games. You have to. I mean,
right.
It's just proven. I mean, look at what the Dodgers are doing. I mean, now that's crazy what they're doing.
I know.
But the Mets are another one. I mean, they're on the right track to winning. I mean, look at Soto. I mean, Soto got his big bag. I mean, they've gone with Lindor in the past. I mean, it's just going to be. I just don't see how Paul Skenes stays in Pittsburgh for the rest of his career.
No,
There's no way.
Neither.
There's no chance.
Me neither.
There's no chance.
I'm sorry. I was about to say, Dooley, I'm just getting fixated on watching these Paul Skenes highlights because he was so much better than I thought he was going to be, and I thought he was going to be really good. I did not expect that. And SMS, that's the point, though. That's the point because we did a big breakdown earlier on the show at one point on Victor Wembanyama, and I think we all together came to a conclusion. The reason that there was a big dip on Victor Wembanyama was because, okay, no crap. This guy is one of the best players ever. Not one of the best players ever. Could be one of the best players ever based on talent. But ultimately, if you don't see playoff success, if you don't see winning, people are like, all right, come on. They get a little impatient. And that's my point on Skenes, is that I think people are going to get a little impatient on him. And look, first of all, if you do, I think you're foolish. I think you should hold Skenes, wait for him to go to one of those big markets, and you are going to see the explosion, the recognition he deserves.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, he's fantastic.
I mean, him getting the recognition that he's getting right now.
Right now in Pittsburgh.
Is crazy.
So listen, I just think it's going to be so fun. He's supposed to be pitching today, by the way. I don't think they're going to get the game in. That game is going to be in Clearwater. But nonetheless, I am very excited to see what happens with Paul Skenes' season, and honestly, more so his whole career, because, look, could not be more hype about this guy. Stick with this last Pirates thing I said, by the way. What do you think is worse for baseball? The Pirates not signing anyone since 2016, or what teams like the Dodgers are doing? Because this is a debate I saw a little bit too here, saying we get mad at the Dodgers for what they're doing. Look at what the Pirates have done. They haven't signed a free agent for multiple years in 2016. It's disgusting.
Well, it's not hurting the MLB. It's hurting the MLB by them not signing anyone. So they're really just hurting themselves. The Dodgers are going with this over the crazy number that they're at right now. I mean, Yamamoto signing not Yamamoto signing. Who they just signed?
Pirates?
No, the Dodgers.
Oh, Dodgers Sasaki.
Holy cow, just absolutely left my brain. But I mean, them signing him, I mean, they were already stacked, as it already is. So, I mean, them signing him, them going to the World Series is pretty much a lock. in complete honesty. So the Pirates not signing anyone is just really just hurting them.
Yeah.
While the Dodgers is hurting the entire MLB.
Yeah, I hear you. I just when I see a stat like that with the Pirates, right, that they hadn't gotten anyone, like it makes me think almost like a for sale kind of thing should happen. You know, oh my God, it's 10:45 already. Let's go get our second slab or no slab giveaway of the day. That pitch to Jazz Chisholm was just unfreaking believable. That was the last pitch, I think, of his. Look at that smile, by the way.
Yeah,
from Skenes.
SMS. I think that the Dodgers make it.
Guy.
I have something in. I just have them making the World Series.
What's your bet they make it in 2025?
Future. I love future.
Dude, the odds have to be horrible, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All it takes is one.
It's small. It's not much.
The only thing I will say about the Dodgers, I almost feel like they're injury proof, where you would need they're so deep and so talented, where you would need
unbelievable
multiple injuries for them to really fall apart. Like, they're still the best team. You could have Freddie Freeman go down. They're still the best team in baseball.
That's crazy.
You could have Blake Snell go down. They're still the best team in baseball. Any pitcher goes down. You're still the best team in baseball by a lot.
Oh yeah, it's not even close.
I agree with you, Rye. I agree.
Completely agree.
I have to say, I do think what the Pirates are doing are worse than what the Dodgers are doing.
Again, what's worse for the MLB? There's difference. It's what's worse for the MLB. The Dodgers. The Dodgers is the worst for the MLB, while the Pirates are the worst for their team. Like, why would they do it to their fans?
It really, like those memes we saw.
There's no point for them to not go and sign someone. Why?
Those memes we saw about the Pirates having their biggest pursuit of a free agent being of the debut card was like, it wasn't a joke. You know, that's the saddest part of all those memes was it wasn't a joke. I looked at the Pirates lineup. It's so bad, man.
It's like, not ideal.
I think the Pirates lineup is worse than I thought. Here's their projected lineup opening day. Tommy Pham. Already.
There we go.
Brian Reynolds. Oh, there we go.
Yep.
Brian Reynolds.
Yep.
And ONeil Cruz. So, okay, there you go. That's your outfield. Andrew McCutchen DHing. 38, 39-year-old Andrew McCutchen DHing.
Oh, boy.
Joey Bart catching. Like, I haven't heard that name in years. A former top chase.
What did he...
Endy Rodriguez playing. So, for Jurgen, Endy Rodriguez is their projected first baseman for opening day, but I do believe it's because Spencer Horwitz is hurt. You might be right. I think Derek Hall will actually play first base for the Pirates opening day. Nick Gonzalez playing second base. Brian Hayes playing third base. And Isaiah Falefa playing shortstop. That is the projected opening day lineup for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Very underwhelming.
That is so much worse than I thought it was. Like in my head, I was like, "Oh,
I love
something.
Joey Bart though. I cannot lie. I do
really?
like Joey Bart. Yeah.
Come on, man. I gave up on Joey Bart. I'm not buying into the
270, 265 last year, 45.
He had 270 last year?
Yeah.
How many at bats?
Not a lot.
How many at bats?
253.
Does this have last year? No, this is their projected stats for this year. Joey Bart, I don't know, man. I can't buy back into Joey Bart.
I love Andrew McCutchen, but again, his age is just. It's not.
And I like what Dooley says. Pirates are on a baseball team. They're a circus. Everyone come out and see Paul Skenes. That is kind of... It's a circus with Paul Skenes, and then the freak show exhibit is ONeil Cruz. Because, I mean, look, that guy's a freak.
Yes,
Don't get me wrong.
Yes, right.
What is Rye saying?
Giants and catchers.
Oh, God. Yerman Mercedes for a little bit, too. Good Lord. That's a good shout, Rye. Yeah, Kutch is awesome, but let's be honest about Kutch these days. I mean, it's another part of your circus, Dooley. It's like, come see the old man Kutch for one last ride around the wheel.
That's so
I mean, come on. No sleeves. Fans love greatness, all-time talent. Everyone just likes to whine. Perfect example is right where you guys are sitting. Look what amazing things Tampa accomplished with nothing. Did anyone care? Did you create a bigger market there? No sleeves. It actually didn't. I don't know if you're trying to say it did. I would say no. That what Tampa did... I don't get the sense there's a lot of Rays love here since I moved here. Like our guy Kreger, who's like a Rays fan, I will never forget. Yeah, I will never forget. We were doing a show together, and he said something like, yeah, the Rays will probably move in the next couple of years. And I was like, how did you just say that so casually?
Yeah.
Like, it just makes me sad that you could be like, and Kreger's a pretty decent fan of the Rays, and he's like, yeah, I guess they'll kind of just move in a couple of years. I'm like, what? Like, how can you say that, man? And he's
so
right.
Calm.
But, it's so calm. It takes long-term success to create a bigger market. To be frank, former number 1 overall pick, Henry Davis, not doing great. Is not being talked about as an underlying issue. And same with Jack Sawinski, J.K. That's another name where they get these top prospects and they're playing like crap, man. Jack Sawinski and Henry Davis played like crap. And now they're like 25, 26 years old. Time's starting to tick. Time is starting to tick. It's true, SMS, and I cannot wait. I live 15 minutes from there for the Rays. I cannot wait.
Do you really?
Yeah.
You're that close?
So for the Pirates, before we moved on with the Pirates, one guy I wanted to look at here is the guy I just named because I do think he's a freak show, and I mean that in a positive way. ONeil Cruz. And I think we're starting to come to a crossroads of the career of ONeil Cruz where, and it's like, you reach an age where it's like, okay, it's not cute anymore. You know what I mean? It's like that thing you were doing, it's not fun and cute anymore. You're growing up. It's time to get real. It's time to be honest about a player. It's time to get honest about ONeil Cruz. Is this guy just a StatCast darling? Because oh my gosh, he just broke the record. He had the hardest hit baseball in baseball history, I'm pretty sure. He had the hardest registered throw in baseball history. They're going to move him to, I want to say, center field this year, which reports are indicating it's actually going pretty well. His move to center field.
Really?
Yeah. But the back of the baseball card, the just raw numbers, the batting average, the production, not really there for ONeil Cruz. Ben, would you mind? I think I have the card ladder picture of ONeil Cruz to see how he's done in the card market as well. What do we think? And I do too, Jay Breezy. I'm a big ONeil Cruz guy. Matty Ice, where do you fall on the side of ONeil Cruz? Is he a StatCast darling or is he a legitimate good ball player?
Nah, I think he's a StatCast darling for sure.
Really?
I hate to say it, but again, where statistically has he given us anything to kind of be like, wow, this guy's really that ball player that we think that we want him to be? He hasn't given us that. But he's given us the wow factor. He's given us the, wow, he hit this. He has the hardest hit baseball. Like, the fastest throw from short to first. Like, I mean, he's given us that. But again, he hasn't given us consistent numbers. So for that, you are the StatCast darling.
Well, looking at this card ladder here of ONeil Cruz, I think this is a pretty good, accurate representation. I'm going to assume that first dip was his first major injury.
Wow, that's a good one, Jared.
And then,
that's crazy, though.
No, that hurts to hear. I don't like that, Jay Breezy. I'm not buying into that. I think ONeil Cruz is a good ball player. I think his ultimate kryptonite is that he can't hit lefties for crap. Like, when you're supposed to be as good as ONeil Cruz is, and your platoon is that extreme, it is so tough to buy in on ONeil Cruz. I am still going to beat the ONeil Cruz drum. All flash, no substance. Come on. I have to believe there is some middle ground here where he can put it together and just be this absolute electric show.
So what do you think a great year from ONeil Cruz will consist of? Like, let's just say he has the
first is average.
Okay, so he's around like 280, 290?
270, if you want me to be honest.
Okay.
270, but like a 35-35 kind of season. 270, 35 home runs, 35 stolen bases.
Yeah.
And maybe he got like Fernando Tatis has become a pretty good fielder. Able to cover some ground in outfield. Isn't he Corbin Carroll dad? Not sure what you're talking about, SMS. Might be missing that one. Dooley, I think if Cruz got a good team, it would change a lot. I don't know, Dooley. I want to believe that. I do think ultimately he strikes out a lot and he just cannot hit lefties.
Yeah.
And he's not a great shortstop, honestly, when it comes to like errors. Like the arm is there, but it's okay, ONeil. I'm only good with my right hand too. Trippy. Family show, Trippy. My goodness. Who's your guest in the World Series or W? Man, asking the big questions here. Dodgers, Yankees again. Trippy. Nah, I liked it, to be honest with you. It's toe in the line, man. Toe in the line. It was funny as heck. I can't lie to you, Trippy. But yeah, ONeil Cruz. I would be buying. I would be slightly buying right now on ONeil Cruz. Why not? Last question, I guess, and we don't need to have an answer for this one. You're the GM of the Pirates. What the hell do you do? Next year, probably. It's next year you're looking at.
Oh, boy. I mean, you got to sign someone. You got to make a move towards winning ball games. You got to bring someone in that will help with that.
And they never have.
Since so what's going to change next year?
I don't know.
Nada.
I don't know. I think Josh Naylor's a free agent next year. I feel like that's such a Pirates move where they're like, let's sort of splash. Let's go for Josh Naylor. Love it, Trippy. You have a great day, too. Thank you for the funny joke and enjoy it. Dooley. That's so random. Is he on the Nationals still, Dooley? Keeper Ruiz, who is he even on now? And Mavericks has a 190 point OPS. He's still on the Nationals. That's crazy. A 190 point OPS variance for right-hander versus left-handers.
Wow.
That's nuts. That is nuts. Because it's not just average, it's everything. You can't see the ball. You can't hit for power. You can't hit for average on the other side of the plate. Yeah, it's crazy. Ultimately, though, Pirates, I do feel bad for Paul Skenes. Get that man out of Pittsburgh. He deserves better. Real quick, one more video here for the Pirates. Is Paul Skenes the villain or the hero video? This video went a little bit viral over this offseason. It's Paul Skenes' first collegiate strikeout without a mustache. Is Paul Skenes, I don't want to say he's like a bad guy. Here we go. This is like, Paul Skenes Look at this. Look at this, Cheeto.
Wow.
Look at that. I get like Paul Skenes low-key villain vibes. Like I'm not saying he's a bad guy or anything like that, but like in the grand scheme of like,
I love it.
Here, like, and this was him before he was like really like Paul Skenes too. Yeah, against LSU, and this was in the 9th inning. I think he came on as a reliever then. Looks like a baby, right? Look at the no mustache Skenes little, like, my goodness, like, I don't know. Would it be better for the scheme of baseball if Paul Skenes becomes like this villain kind of guy where he's like, you know, like striking guys out, grabbing his junk, you know what I mean?
That
just kind of like
nuts.
being this bad boy of baseball.
Yeah.
I think Paul Skenes' villain arc would be way more interesting than that's what I'm saying, RW. Like, you know, he's the bad guy. You know, he does, because I defended him when he won Rookie of the Year, and he was just like, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, you saw him on Dan Patrick's show, and I think he seems like a good guy. But then I see that Air Force video, and I start to second guess the way he acts in interviews. I'm like, could Paul Skenes become sort of like this bad boy of baseball? Like, so what?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm Dan Livy Dunn. Yeah, I throw 102 miles per hour with movement. Suck it. You know what I mean? Like, just this kind of bad boy of baseball. And that's what I'm saying, Roscoe. I think it would actually be better if Paul Skenes becomes this villain of the MLB, you know? Kenny Powers. He's too good to be Kenny Powers. Ooh, Mavericks and Zach Greinke vibes in that video. That was the other thing I saw, too. Like, you watch the videos of Skenes going yard at Air Force. Man, the damn DH killed us. I tell you what.
Yeah, it did.
Dude, imagine the game where Paul Skenes throws 16 home runs and hits a nuke. Come on. What they took away from us. We met... No way, Cloud. We met him at Rip Night. He was nice. He gave my kid a card. I mean, look, he does seem like a nice guy. That's awesome, Cloud. I was asking about Rip Night. I'm glad you got to experience that. Was that in Tampa, Cloud? Was he here in Tampa? The Mustache Boys. That's what I'm talking. Sarasota? That's awesome, man. That is actually so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, look, he does seem like an actually nice guy, but I think for the sake of TV, it would be fun to see him go full on heel. RW, you come up with that one. You come up with that one. Got a quick little top 5 today because I was at spring training this weekend and I was going full unk status, as the kids would say. Because I kept talking about, man, this was better 10 years ago. So I got the top 5 things in sports that was better about 10 or 15 years ago. We watched him pitch against Ohtani and the crowd was insane. Bones, where was that at? Man, that's got to be awesome. No, I was not sitting with Nunk playing, but the two of us, when we're doing shows, we love to rattle those off. All right, the top 5 things in all sports that were better 15 years ago. Number 5, manager ejections. You don't see the rage.
No, you don't.
Anymore. Bobby Cox comes to mind, you know what I mean? Like Larry Boa. Guys are just getting into the ump's face like on a consistent basis. It used to be like once a week you had a guy kicking dirt. Lou Piniella kicking dirt on the umpires. Bobby Valentine. Yeah. Like, dude, you don't see that. You see it like once a year and everyone goes crazy. You know? Yeah, Lou Piniella, no sleeves, knows. You just don't see umpire ejections like there used to be. It's a shame. And I do think that is a downside of the challenge, is you're actually able to reverse it. Back in the day, it was like, that's the call and deal with it. And the manager comes out, and the best is when the manager would come out, he's chewing his gum, his tobacco, and he tries to be calm, and then it just starts to escalate, and the more the arms start to go, I mean, you don't see that anymore. It's like once a year. Number 4, we're going to take this over to college sports. The lack of the transfer portal. Back in the day, guys would just sit on one team, like it or lump it. And look, I do think the transfer portal ultimately is pretty beneficial to some guys.
It is absolutely beneficial.
But for fans, you would just know for 4 years, this is my guy, he's going to develop. You would remember, oh, that guy's on, Illinois. Oh, watch Juice Williams. I thought that was great for college sports. And it's kind of taken, some of the love.
It definitely has hurt.
Away.
It definitely has hurt. I mean, it's so 50-50 because, again, it helps, but at the same time, it hurts. Mm-hmm. So I definitely could see, I do miss where the transfer portal really wasn't used nearly as much, but now it feels like everybody's uses the transfer portal. Yep,
and everyone in the chat's right here. Cloud, I'm going to have to pull that up, but the fact that you say Joe Madden shows it's been a few years since we had an epic ejection. Number 3 is kickoff and punt returns. I don't know if I'm wrong, but back in the day, before those rule changes, there would be electric punt returns. Devin Hester, household name. I felt like it happened all the time in all sports, and now it's just like once in a blue moon. Number 2, this one I feel really strongly about, uniforms. Every sport, not even a single one I'm thinking of, every single sport just had better uniforms like 15 years ago. Sorry to be get off my lawn guy. Like, just they were just so much better, man.
Really?
Yeah, I really do think so.
Okay.
And Ben, could you pull up either A or what? I don't care what it is. This is what spawned this list. The ESPN and MLB are cutting ties, you know? And baseball broadcasts on ESPN used to be so amazing. All right, we will play this video. This is the Yankee starting lineup on ESPN.
This is great.
Fat Fines! Let's go, Fat Fines! Dude, this was just different, man. I'm sorry, but this was just different. You got it, Fat Fines. I'm spinning that wheel in just a second. I'm just letting Joe Carter play us out here. The Milkman. You could feel this.
Yeah.
And Cloud Jedi, I agree. The Berman thing did get old. But, like, I just saw a lot of good videos from the old ES. Oh, man.
That does hurt.
Takes me back.
That does hurt.
That was so... Maverick, I know. I talked way too much about the All-Star game. I wanted to give it a break. But that was just what rounded out my list. All right, let's see what Fat Fines is taking down today. I appreciate you giving the patience, Fat Fines. 125 or 50 for a slab. Give it to me, Fines. Give it to me, Fat. 36. Brian Westbrook's number. Who do we got today, Fat Fines? Number 36 is going to be a... Ooh,
that'll
not
play.
bad, Fat. Not bad at all.
Absolutely play.
Gunnar Henderson's Future Stars rookie card logo fractor. Not bad at all for the free. Congratulations to you, Fat Fines. Going to you for the free. Gunnar Henderson logo fractor rookie. That is a rookie card. Who knows? Take a look at it. Maybe get that slabbed up from PSA because I think we're going to see, like, you saw the Bobby Witt jump this offseason?
You could potentially see
Gunnar might be next up.
100%.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. No sleeves. That's hilarious. I don't know where that came from. I feel bad for that guy. Galarraga and Jim Joyce, of course. Time to rip, Matty Ice. Let's get to it, man.
Baby.
We got, Ryan, that's what I'm saying. If Cheetos are selling, we can get this break rocking and rolling here.
Absolutely can.
We got a break. I'm assuming it's from yesterday. A massive break in our store. Swamp King. If you guys haven't seen it, check our Instagram out. Suncoast Sports to get a little taste of what comes out of our Swamp King. It's our exclusive repack. 3 cards, floor of 1,000, ceiling of $10,000 there alone. We got Gilded, we got Bowman, we got Sapphire, and then if you want a smaller break to get your week started off, we got Bowman Draft Baseball and Bowman's Best loaded up. The hits out there.
Let's go to the Swamp Chat.
We're insane. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for me. I will be back here at 9:30 if this is your first time joining us.
Yep.
Every single weekday at 9:30 Eastern Time. Giveaways at 10. Giveaways at 10:45 Eastern. And then at 11 a.m., we go back to the cards,
We go back to ripping, baby.
So without further ado, get on out of here, Matty Ice. Let's see some heat today, my
Let's
friend.
hit it.
Awesome stuff.
Good stuff.
Awesome stuff. Baseball's back. Appreciate you guys joining me today. Oh, love it, Dooley. We'll see you here every day, I'm sure. All right, Monday through Friday, 9:30 Eastern. We do Talkin Slab. Appreciate you guys joining me. Baseball's back. The vibes are high. Have a fantastic Monday, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you here tomorrow. But for now, back to ripping right here on Suncoast Sports. See ya.